ABC National correspondent Mireya Villareal joins us from the Uvalde Memorial Hospital, where some of those victims are being treated right now. Good afternoon to you, Mireya.
Hey, Amy, to add to that point, it's not just the victims here, but also the first responders as well that we need to be talking about. All of the efforts they made, law enforcement going in there heroically trying to engage this shooter and subdue him. And then also the hospital workers, the ambulance people, even sources were telling me regular people taking the victims who had minor injuries in their vehicles here to the hospital to get treated. We know as of right now there were 13 children that were brought here to the Uvalde Memorial Hospital. 6 people in general, 2 adults and 4 children were taken to San Antonio. They had some very severe injuries. 2 are at Brooke Army Medical Center and 4 are at University Hospital. That is over an hour and a half away in San Antonio, but that's where they needed to go to get the treatment they needed.
We're learning more about the lives suddenly taken inside that school. 4th grade special education teacher Eva Mireles taught with the Uvalde School District for 17 years before losing her life Tuesday. She leaves behind a family including a daughter, Adeline. Audrey Garcia's daughter, Gabby, was a former student of hers.
Miss Mireles, that kind of teaching, that hands-on, doing whatever she could do to help Gabby, I mean, that's the kind of thing she did every day.
Families rushing to the scene minutes after the shooting. One dad unable to find his daughter, asking us if we knew where the funeral home was.
Pretty sad. Really sad. What this world's coming to.
Grandfather Adolfo Cruz waited all day at the school to find out if his granddaughter would make it home alive.
I just took a little time to go to the hospital and see if we could find out anything over there, and nothing.
10-year-old Javier Lopez among the students killed. According to his cousin, Javier's mom was at an awards ceremony a few hours prior to the shooting, not knowing this would be her final moments with her son. Javier's grandmother speaking on the phone with ABC News.
It's so hard. You send your kids to school and thinking they're going to make it back home, and they're not.
Amarillo Garza, who just turned 10 2 weeks ago, now confirmed to be among the victims. Her father, Angel Garza, telling ABC News, "My little love is now flying high with the angels above. Please don't take a second for granted. Hug your family. Tell them you love them." The student victims believed to be in 3rd and 4th grade. Law enforcement sources telling ABC News a number of them are children of Customs and Border Patrol agents. We spoke with Border Patrol Sector Chief Jason Owens, whose colleague was hit with gunfire while engaging the suspect directly, but is expected to survive.
In the worst of times, you also get to see the very best in people. And that's what I have seen time and time again in these communities around South Texas.
I spoke with a lot of parents yesterday. I was, for some reason, drawn to Mr. Cruz. He was actually standing about 5 feet away from our live shot all day yesterday. And I spoke with him this morning just to check on him. And he did tell me that his granddaughter did not make it. She was one of the victims. Man, all I could say was our prayers and our thoughts are with him and his family right now. Guys?
You spoke one of the victims we know about, and the grandfather waited some 10 hours. Did I hear this right? You spoke with a man who waited some 10 hours to get word about, someone in his family who is now passed in this. What did you get from this granddad who had waited all that time to get word?
You know, it's interesting because he was sitting there and he wasn't really asking for anything. He just was waiting, right? He was just hoping that if somebody called out her name, that he'd be right there and he would be the grandfather that would be able to respond and say, I'm here for her, right? And I think that's what he wanted to be able to do for his family while everybody else was chasing information around this area. And a couple of times we offered him water, food, even a chair to sit on, and he didn't want it, TJ. He just wanted to be able to be at the ready in case anything came through so that he could be the person telling his family.
Wow. And Mireya, I know that you've also spoken to some of the students of the 4th grade teacher who also died. Tell us what you've learned about her.
You know, we've started to get information trickling out by some of the people that knew not just this particular teacher, but some of the other victims as well. Her in particular, we know that she liked running and hiking. We knew that she was a very patient teacher, and we knew that she felt like this was her calling, not just to be a teacher, but to be a teacher in this particular city. So that says a lot, because this is a small city, and you got to want to live here, right? You got to want to grow up here. But she loved Uvalde, and that's what everybody has said. Even some of the workers here at the hospital told us just this morning they have had an outpouring of love and support from all around the world, and it brings them comfort right now.
Folks could take comfort any way they can get it, and glad they're getting some of it. Mireya, thank you so much. Amy Robach, we're going to check in with you once again. We thank you certainly there for being in Uvalde for us.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.